Wadowice go Suantraí Íosa, where we're looking at the readings for tomorrow, October the 22nd in the year 2023. Mission Sunday. Now, if it wasn't Mission Sunday, it would be the feast of St. John Paul II, who himself was an extraordinary missionary. So let's look at the readings first. The reading from Isaiah 45 is wonderful because it tells us that the Lord is speaking to Cyrus, and he's going to use Cyrus. Now, the interesting thing about Cyrus is a pagan. He's not Jewish at all. He doesn't know God, but God is able to call and to use him powerfully to achieve the salvation of mankind. And God is always at work in ways that are difficult for us to comprehend. This is why we're required to have faith and not to become despondent. Psalm 96 says, "Tell among the nations God's glory and his wonder among all the peoples." Always be willing to tell people the reason for the hope that you have. As we live in a world that's becoming increasingly hopeless, always be willing to tell people the reason why, because you're a person of prayer, that you are not despondent about the church and you are not despondent about the world, because God is in charge and the church belongs to Christ and his mother Mary, and the saints and the martyrs are praying for us in heaven. Paul, writing to the Thessalonians, his first letter, has something really powerful to say. He's talking about the Thessalonians, and he's saying, I always pray for you. And I thank God for all of you, because I've seen, and others have seen, your faith in action in your lives. And you work for love and persevered through hope in our Lord Jesus Christ. Now, what he's saying there is, things have been very difficult for you. And we can see how you persevered in living the life of love that God has made known to us through his Son, our Lord Jesus Christ. And you've persevered through hope in Jesus Christ in spite of difficulties. And then Matthew 22nd, chapter 15 to 21. Now, if the Herodians come and they're absolutely obnoxious, and please don't ever speak to someone at this level of plumossing them to get what you want, to manipulate them. It is a despicable speech. Master, we know that you're an honest man and teach the way of God in an honest way, and that you're not afraid of anyone, because a man's rank means nothing to you. You couldn't trust anyone who would speak to you like that. And of course, Christ doesn't. He just turns around and he says, you hypocrites. And he uses the coin to explain to them their own hypocrisy. John Paul II, whose feast would be if it wasn't a Sunday, was an extraordinary missionary for Christ. Everything he did in health, he displayed the wonderful joy, but also in his sickness. He made his mission, he allowed his sickness to be displayed in a way that bore witness to his faith in our Lord Jesus Christ. Really hard, but wonderful. He bore witness to Christ to the end. Please God, we will all be as faithful as he was in bearing witness to Christ. With thoughts such as these, let us go to our beds and let us pray that we shall indeed awaken in the morning with the praise of God on our hearts and on our lips. Agus gemana dia elakoptuk shiv, ahar mak agus spirit nave, amen. Slán gefo. Bye for now.